Hello and thank you for tuning into Ignition GT. Last year we traveled to Shanghai with MG for an inside look at the company's design, testing and manufacturing facilities, and since then the Chinese company has rolled out a large number of dealerships across South Africa and launched a range of products including SUVs and a fully electric sports car. Here to tell us more is Kriel, the Sales and Network Director for MG South Africa. Lex, thanks very much for joining us.
Thanks, Gary. Lovely to be here.
Perhaps talk us through the journey the brand has made. I think people are familiar with MG, but returning to South Africa now, and what has been some of the highlights along the way?
Yeah, Gary, it's been a very exciting and rewarding journey that we've had thus far. So we returned to South Africa early in 2025 in January. I think probably one of the biggest highlights for us is the way that we've been able to get the feedback from customers at the end of the day with our products like on the ZS and the HS. I think a very positive thing that we've also got is the type of dealer partners that we've been able to partner with to open dealerships across the country, and this quick expansion that we've been able to see with these dealer partners, and also then with rolling out our models to the public.
So MG is an iconic brand, and South Africans actually know about MG, but it has gone through some kind of evolution, since the previous models of MGs that we've known, because of classic cars like the MG A and the B, the Midget and so forth. But who is MG today?
So MG is now currently owned by SAIC, like we like to refer to them, or SAIC, who's one of the largest vehicle manufacturers in China. They've opened a subsidiary in South Africa, and how we are still staying true to the British original brand that we've got. We are now a forward-looking, innovating brand that's also Chinese owned and produced at the moment. So the benefits of that is all the innovation that comes with that, the technology that comes with that, the partnerships that come with that. So MG has evolved into a fun to drive, yet with a bit of a modern twist to it.
Now, let's talk about the CyberStay. Obviously, as far as iconic cars go, this car has been capturing the imagination, ever since we went to the first media launch, some time back. But this is really an all-electric halo car.
It is a halo car, but I also think it's a statement. It's a car that doesn't just perform really well, it looks really stylish, but then under that hood with the full electric vehicle and the immediate feel and the feeling and as you're driving that vehicle is phenomenal in that vehicle. I think it also stays true to the DNA of MG with being a full sports roadster with an EV drivetrain. And I think that kind of shows where MG is going and what our plans are for the future with our future models.
Now, speaking of electric cars, MG has, very recently started teasing us with images of, for instance, the MG S5 EV, which is scheduled to make its debut in the UK. Similar plans for South Africa, perhaps?
So we have got a very big range of electric vehicles, and electric vehicles form a big part of our roadmap going forward in South Africa. We're constantly looking at the current marketplace as well as the infrastructure readiness. So at this stage I can't confirm around about when or if the MG5S will come to our shores, but when the time is right we definitely will. And we've got a very big range of vehicles, especially on hybrids, electrics and then also combustion engines. So there's definitely scope for the near future.
Okay, so maybe a little bit back to the more immediate future. What are the initial plans now, progressing with the brand in South Africa, dealerships, obviously customers, and really laying the runway for MG's participation in the South African automotive industry?
Okay, so already we've got around 35 dealers set up across South Africa, looking after all the metros and major cities and towns. We should be up to around 60 to 65 dealers by the end of 2025, and then rolling out a couple more in 2026. So from a dealer network perspective, there's a lot happening in the background at the moment. From a product lineup, we've already launched with the CyberStay, we've launched with the ZS, we've launched with the HS, which is obviously compact and family SUVs, as well as the electric sports roadster. There's another hatchback that we'll be launching soon, which is going to be the MG3, which I think will do really well in the South African market from a value proposition to our customers. We're going to expand the SUV range even further, and then there's some interesting models to come in other segments in the near future as well.
Interesting, and if someone were to make perhaps comparisons between MG of UK origin originally and being manufactured in China today. I see MGs and other vehicles standing in shopping centres on Saturday morning, and the quality of the finishes is really next level. So obviously there's a lot of confidence in building the brand into the future with this kind of technology and also quality finishing of the product, and South Africans are responding.
So I think one of our main focuses from an MG perspective is always going to be around the customer. One of our key pillars in our business is to ensure that your car is fun to drive, but at the same time to ensure that families that drive our cars are safe and that they can engage and interact with the technology that's constantly rolling out. So for a key thing for us is to give people quality, give them value for money, and give them a vehicle that they're going to enjoy and create memories with their families going forward.
So further to those new electric vehicles we've been talking about and the balance between the new technology, what was it that you would see as the highlights of what you guys have done recently in Shanghai? So
in Shanghai, we unveiled the CyberX, which is a compact SUV, 4x4 almost, but an electric vehicle. I think I'm very excited about it. I'd love to see it on the shores of South Africa and to come and test it here in our grueling 4x4 terrains. But yeah, I think that kind of shows where we're moving to. We're one of the best manufacturers of electric batteries in the world, and so we're creating these electric vehicles for all utilities at the end of the day.
And then perhaps finally, Lex, one of the customer relations issues that is a very relevant and topical in South Africa is parts and support for the vehicle. What's the case with MG?
So as I mentioned, we've got this extensive dealer network. So from a service perspective, there will always be an MG dealer that a customer can go to have their vehicle either serviced or checked out. We've also already set up a fully stocked parts distribution center that's based in Johannesburg that can also distribute nationally. So from a parts perspective, I can tell our customers to rest assured there will always be parts available.
Lex Kriel of MG South Africa, thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you, Gary. Appreciate it.